Today on 734 Games. This is your host Tom, and I'm here to talk about the future of the Xbox. Now, I was worried about the Xbox before E3, and I saw, Phil Spencer's reassuring speech at E3 and the Xbox conference, and that was interesting to me because, well, it seemed that maybe there was some hope. But now I'm starting to rethink what I said earlier about the next generation Xbox. And why? Well, when I look at the new developers that Microsoft has added, they're still putting their games out on the PS4. Not only that, I see there are a couple other Microsoft games that are on the PS4, and now you have Gears of War Tactics, which is only coming out for PC. And Microsoft, they didn't say that these companies were going to be making Xbox exclusives or games that were going to be Xbox and the PC. They said these developers were going to have the creative freedom to make the games they wanted to make. And then you had an iOS Gears of War game coming out too. And what's interesting to me is it seems like Microsoft has, gotten really drunk with money. I think they've gotten really fat off that Minecraft money. And you see Microsoft pushing crossplay, and why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't, Microsoft is also working on in-home streaming. So when they say that they're hard at work on the next Xbox, I think they are. But it's very likely that the next Xbox will be an in-home streaming solution. Or maybe a network streaming solution. I think maybe Microsoft is looking to getting away from making their own hardware, to having it where you can stream your games from your PC to your PlayStation 4. Maybe they'll take their games, because basically with the Xbox One, they get to make every one of those games that are backwards compatible, that are on the current Xbox One, and make those games run on Windows PC. And then they could make it where, okay, if you have a PC, you could just stream those games. And then they could, if they set up I know they're working on a streaming service for games. You could basically stream those games on any smart TV or tablet or whatever, if they go that route. And I have a feeling the way Microsoft is looking, that is where they're going to go. Now, are they going to make another Xbox? Well, the problem is they may make another Xbox, and that would be kind of cool. The only problem with that is going to be a box with no exclusive games. All the games that are coming out on that box are going to probably be playable on Windows, and some of the games that they're making for Windows aren't going to be playable on that box. So that's interesting. And I do think that there's something going on at Microsoft, and I just smell a rat. There's something fishy going on, and I think that Phil Spencer, he spoke like a politician at E3. I think that he was trying to reassure people, and I think they did that just so people would keep their Xbox Live accounts, because Xbox Live, let's face it, is a big money maker for Microsoft. That probably makes more money than any of their games or anything else. As far as revenue, Xbox Live is a big revenue booster for Microsoft, and I think that when they had bought Notch, and they acquired Minecraft, I think that they realized that they could make a lot of money on other platforms. And I think they're looking at games like Fortnite, and they're saying, wow, that's a real money maker. And so, why wouldn't Microsoft want to go multi-platform? It wouldn't surprise me if Microsoft made their game streamable to the Switch. And just the way things are going, it does not look like you're going to have an autonomous platform. You may have an Xbox, you may get another Xbox that's powerful and that can play all the games, but you are never going to get, at least until something changes at Microsoft, a machine that has its own games, that has exclusives. Not only that, it looks as if Microsoft really wants to get away from single-player games, although it seems that, when they say artistic freedom, that means that they're probably, if they're going to be, as artistically free as far as where you can put your games, they're not going to force developers to make their games always online, which is cool, but I do not see them supporting the Xbox as a lone platform anymore. The difference is they're still going to support the Xbox. They're just not going to have exclusives. They're going to have a multi-plat. They're going to focus on streaming to other devices, and they're going to keep the Xbox out there for that market share. And it's unfortunate because the Xbox used to occupy a place in in all of our hearts, especially for Western gamers. They used to be games like Gears of War, and you look at what they did to Gears of War. Now you have to play as a female, and I mean, I don't have a problem playing a game as a female character like Lara Croft or whatever, but the Xbox, and especially games like Gears of War, were aimed at guys. Their audience was a male-dominated audience, and I think one of the reasons that Xbox likes going multi-plat, Microsoft, likes going multi-plat, is because they don't want to cater to that audience anymore, and that's unfortunate. Now, I just do not see the Xbox as an autonomous platform. And that's the thing. It may be a platform next gen. There may be another powerful box, but their focus is going to be on streaming, in-home streaming, and multi-platform. So, realistically, Microsoft is really going third party. And I almost left without telling you one more factoid that I think, one other thing that Microsoft did that makes me believe that they are looking at developing the Xbox as maybe a streaming solution, or as just another platform to augment their money making strategy, is that they canceled VR. Now, PlayStation VR has sold way more than Microsoft mixed reality on PC, but they say that they want to concentrate on VR for PC, and that they don't think that console is a good market for VR. But it seems that the interest in mixed reality has been low to very none. As a matter of fact, I have some numbers, and you're going to see it in the same video that talks about them canceling VR, the same article. You're going to see, it'll show you the VR numbers. In 2017, Sony sold 1.69 million VR units of the PSVR. Windows Mixed Reality sold 95,000. So, in comparison, they're saying that the console market is not the market for VR, when Sony is just kicking their butt at VR. Even though Sony is kind of disappointed that VR isn't catching on faster, that could change, though. I think Sony should stick with it. I think VR does have a lot of potential. And I think that their VR is going to go far in the distant future. I think that, if the market ever does become more of a streaming market, a company like Sony, being a hardware company, would be much better off making haptic gloves and interface items, or just controllers or whatever for VR, than they would be for having a streaming network. Because any company with enough infrastructure can have a streaming network. And that's pretty much it for this episode. And I'm going to leave some links down below on my site, www.734games.com. And, check it out. If you're watching this on Twitter, my videos on Twitter through SendVid, or you're watching this on YouTube, check out my site. It's a really cool site. I like to focus on games. I like to play some indie games. I play some AAAs as well. I have a lot of fun. I just play what I enjoy. I don't really make any money off this. I'm just enjoying playing games and talking about games. And that's pretty much it. I'm not here for ad revenue, but if you're on YouTube, you can subscribe or whatever, or like or dislike the video, whatever you think. Post your opinion, whatever. That's it. This is your host, Tom, 734games.com in beautiful Washtenaw County. Goodbye.